Welcome everybody to another episode of Latif's Inspired. Today I'm going to be cooking a British Indian restaurant classic. King Prawns garlic chili. This is wonderful, amazing flavors. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm going to be giving away lovely secrets to this amazing, look at this. It's tail on, an amazing, it looks like a little lobster. There you go. Now if you want to see this recipe, make sure you watch till the end and I'm going to enjoy this. This is lovely. Oh, look at that. Wow, Bismillah. If you enjoy what I do, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video, it helps it push it up the algorithm. And watch till the end for this amazing recipe. British Indian restaurant style King Prawn garlic chili. Right, so for the King Prawns, you can get fresh King Prawns from the supermarkets. However, you won't get that Indian restaurant flavor. You're gonna have to go out to an Asian supermarket and buy yourself a block of frozen King Prawns. Check this out with the hubba. So this is the IBCO brand King Prawns raw frozen. So it's headless King Prawns with the skin on, and you're gonna have to defrost this. So you can leave it overnight in the fridge, or what you can do, which I'm going to show you in the restaurant, before start of business, we run it under a tap of water, cold water, and then I'll show you the process of taking the skin off and deveining it and the cooking process. So if you want to get the British Indian restaurant flavors, nice juicy plump King Prawns, unfortunately you're going to have to go and get these lovely frozen King Prawns from Bengali, Asian, Pakistani, Indian supermarkets. Most of the supermarkets have these blocks and it can cost you up to 20 to 24 quid. But it's worth going to one of these supermarkets. Check this out. Right, so run the tap. There you go, 6 to 8 product of Bangladesh. Right, now the King Prawns have defrosted. Well, the ice has gone away. Let me show you. So we run it under the cold tap. Look at these huge King Prawns. Look at that. Wonderful, yeah? These tiny little legs, no head. So what we need to do is icy in the middle, so it needs to soak in this water for a good 10-15 minutes, guys. So when you see it nice and soft, that's when we're going to go to the next process. So leave it in this water until it's proper defrosted. Wonderful, chums. So here are the King Prawns. So take the legs out like that. Take the jackets off. You can also keep these jackets on. However, we like it off like that. There you go, look at that. And then we're going to show you how to slit them open. And behind there you go. It normally has a vein. That's all it's. So take that off. There you go. And this creates a lovely little curly shape. So do that to all your prawns. Right, so now the King Prawns, we've taken the jackets off, the shell, we've deveined it, we've cut it into a lovely little shape. Just wash it again properly using cold water. Don't be tempted to use hot water. It starts the cooking process, which we don't want. So sieve out the water. Voila. Right, here are the ingredients. We're going to be using lots of garlic. I mean, the prawns I've defrosted, lovely King Prawns. These are your garlic, loads of garlic. I've just sliced it, so one bud of garlic sliced up. This is a proper Bangladeshi style. It creates a wonderful flavor. diced up some onions, so a good cup of onions, and pureed some tomatoes, just basically 2-3 tomatoes, whizzed it up in a blender and created a lovely little pulp. Here are my spices, green chilies, and for an amazing color, texture and flavor, some peppers. So 1/4 of a red pepper, 1/4 of a green pepper. Now let's start cooking. Bismillah. Some cooking oil. I'm using olive oil. I'm trying to be a bit healthy. So 4 to 6 tablespoons of olive oil. A trick in the restaurant, what we do is when we're cooking, we just flash fry this in a deep fryer for just a few seconds. It just toughens up the skin. So these are your garlic. So good 8 to 10 cloves of garlic just into slices. So bismillah. I might as well just whack this in as well. Now we're adding diced onions. So 1 cup of diced onions. Bismillah. Right, I'm adding some salt. So salt to taste. I'm adding 1.5 teaspoon. You can add a bit more or less. Salt's a catalyst. It's just going to draw out all the moisture from the onions and the garlic. And while the onions are cooking, turn the kettle on. We're going to need some boiling water for later. Right, after adding the salt, the onions are coming nice and golden. And what we're going to do, lower the gas, put a lid on, and this process can take a good 10 to 12 minutes to soften up the onions, so be very patient. Right, so when the onions soften up, this, as I said, can take about 10 to 12 minutes. If you've added less oil, you may need to add drizzles of water so you don't get burns. If it gets burns, it gets a bitter taste, which we want to avoid. The amazing spices. So this is 1.5 teaspoons of coriander powder, about 1.5 teaspoons of general curry powder. So you can buy a general curry powder from Asian supermarkets. It's normally mild Madras curry powder. Get those ones, don't get the hot ones. So this is your general chili powder. I use extra hot chili powder. It creates a lovely flavor. You don't need to use too much. So 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric powder, and I love Kashmiri chili powder. So there's 1.5 to 2 teaspoons. It just depends how you fancy. This creates an amazing color, and it's not hot, but it's lovely flavor. So there you go in. Bismillah. An amazing waft. So a few seconds, let it hit that oil, and it just builds the flavor, because spices can get damp in those packets. Tomato puree, 1 cup of tomato puree. This is just fresh tomatoes that just been whacked into blender and made into a puree. This creates an amazing thickness. The onions and tomatoes gives a lovely flavor, and as well as a thickener to the curry. Now put the gas up to a medium high, and we're going to boon everything together. Put a lid on and keep mixing it, this process, for a good 3 to 5 minutes. Right, it's been a few minutes. That rawness of those tomatoes and stuff is going away, and now we're adding the piece de resistance, the main ingredients. So there's 12 of these amazing king prawns. Beautiful. It's going to change in color. You're going to see that slight pink. Wonderful. Right, so the heat of the pan should firm up the prawns. Look at that. Juicy, meaty, just toughened up the skin. The rawness is going away. So now we're adding, this is the secret spice. I actually use the Patak's garlic pickle. This builds an amazing flavor. Look at that. There's so much garlic in there, but look at that, those garlic. Amazing. So just use about 2 tablespoons of this lovely Patak's garlic pickle. I'm not getting paid by Patak's, but I do use this one for this dish at the restaurant. Green chilies, cubes of green and red pepper. Give it a mix. Now for all your home cooks, if you're not using braised gravy, just some water. There you go. Oh, look at that. Not too much water, guys, just enough. So maybe two cups of water. The king prawns are toughening up and all the flavors are going to marry up together. Put a lid on and we'll come back to it in every few minutes, but this process will take about a good 10 minutes or so. Right, chefs, it's been a good 5 minutes. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Yo, look at that. All the flavors are coming together wonderfully. Oh, this is beautiful. Taste the seasoning. So see the salt, if there's enough salt. And now we just want that sauce to become nice and thick. That's it. So like I said, 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes process. Prawns are nice and cooked. It's not going to be too rubbery, don't worry. It will have a firm, plump sort of flavor and taste. Kasoori methi. This builds a lovely, bitter sort of flavor. Amazing umami. So a good tablespoon. Now take the lid off and let it just simmer for a good 5 more minutes on a medium heat. Wonderful. Right, all you amazing chefs, if you can see, I always say when it's sort of custard consistency, it's ready. Oh, look at that. Amazing. There you go. Thick sauce, check that out. See it there? Beautiful. Oh, wonderful. Lovely fishy flavors. Nice thick sauce. Garnish it with coriander. Voila. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful. Check it out. Wow. Turn the gas off and let's plate up and taste this baby. Voila. King prawn, garlic chili, British Indian restaurant classic. Now you can make this at home. Follow my tips, you're gonna have a wonderful recipe, I promise. Let's check this out. Right, the moment of truth. Mouth is watering. The king prawns are looking juicy and plump, ready to go into my mouth, and I'm salivating. If you enjoy sort of madras, vindaloo, jalfrezi, any sort of those dishes, spicy dishes, you're going to be blown away by this. I mean, a king prawn dish in an Indian restaurant costs about £20. Now you can get a block of king prawns and have yourself two portions or 3 portions with a block of king prawns. £20. Let's give this a try. Let me show you the sauce. Oh mate, let me taste the sauce first. Look at that thick sauce, proper British Indian restaurant style. Now you could have used base gravy, however I used the tomatoes and onions. Let's give this a taste. Bismillah. Oh, subhanallah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So many flavors in my mouth. The spice from the chili, lots of garlic, that tangy from the tomato, and the flavors from the prawns. Now this is the daddy. King prawns, look at its shape. See, when you slit it open, it's like a little lobster. Yum, 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 I'm gonna eat you. Let's give this a taste. Bismillah. Wow. The texture is nice and plump, and when you're biting it, it's not chewy and it's not stringy, but it's got a nice firmness to it. It's wonderful, amazing flavors. Look at that garlic. Look at that piece of garlic just stuck here. That roasted flavor. Amazing. If you enjoy what I do and you like the tips and recipes that I give you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos at Latif's Inspired. See you soon, and I'm going to wolf this down. Beautiful.